Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. Well, good afternoon, actually. Even here in Central Standard Time in North Dakota, where I live, it is afternoon. We are going to do today the August craft kit. It's number 5. There are 2 of these left in the shop if anybody wants one. 2 left. But today we're going to create it, and then I will link this video recording when I'm done. I'll link this video recording to the product in the shop so that if you ever need to find it and you're having trouble finding this video recording, you'll find it on YouTube where I'm broadcasting. So hello to all YouTube watchers. You will find it on myself in there. Hey guys. You will also find it on Facebook, but you know how it is. Sometimes you're looking for something and you scroll, you can't find it. What I've been doing is linking the videos for these craft kits back to the product on Facebook so that if you buy the product, you can easily go back to that product description and find the video there and watch it. It's really slick. Hello, welcome. Please say hi when you get here. I see Charlotte saying hello. Hello, Miss Charlotte. Thanks for the emojis. You guys, I have heated this coffee up. Has that ever happened to you? I've heated this up several times. I'm basically drinking it. It's not iced coffee, but it's not hot coffee. I'll tell you that much. Okay, this light is blinding me just a little. We got to switch that out. I want to make sure that you guys can see me, hear me. I know that Charlotte is here. She just said hello. I appreciate you so much, Charlotte, over there on Facebook. If anybody is here from the YouTube, the world of YouTube, please say hello so I know that you're there. You guys, I would love it if you'd head over to YouTube. Even here, just make sure that you're following the page, hitting the like button to help keep the pages healthy. It helps me so much. You know, we try all the time to post great things for you guys to participate in, watch, get inspired by, but it helps us a lot if you guys can just remember to hit that like button. Yes, okay, I found the feed on Facebook. I know it's working. There's Debbie Gravoy. Hello, Debbie. There's Stephanie. Welcome, welcome. Are you girls? Who's creating alongside me? This really is a darling kit. This is what we're making today. Let me get my clipboard. This is what we're making. It's going to be looking a little different because my paper is different, but same premise. It's pretty simple, really sweet project. We actually don't need this board for a few minutes. Oh, look what I did. I knew that this one was weak because it was the first one that I packed in the kit and I knew that it was weak. So I thought, okay, I'll take that one and use it. But look, it pieces together so beautifully. So I'm still going to use it. You guys who bought the kit, not a single person sent a broken one. I just ended up with a broken one. I figure I might as well take it rather than send it to one of you. Okay, so there's that. We are going to start with, oh, and this is the picture I'm going to use. That's the picture I'm going to use. It's not black and white like in the sample, but I love this photo of my fam. Love this photo of my fam. There is a bit of black in it between the umbrella. Chris's shirt is gray. This was when we were in South Dakota. We did a tour of mines in South Dakota, and when we were outside waiting to get into the mine, it was raining pretty heavily. So they handed out all these. It was actually a fantastic umbrella. I don't know if you can see, it was like leopard print on the inside. It was black on the outside, and I thought it was so funny watching my fam hold on to that. Actually, I'm going to cut that down right away because I've already marked this for. What I did was I took out the glass because my glass was pretty dirty. I just washed it with hand soap in my sink, and then I laid it down here so I knew exactly, made my marks of where I need to cut it. So I'm going to do that now. You guys are all coming on, just cutting down this photo. I think I needed to be a little higher there, but let's see if we can get this right. So what I want to do, I like cutting the sides right away. It makes it easier for me to find that line on the top of where I need to cut it. Now, this is literally printer paper from my printer. It's nothing special. I meant to do it on cardstock, but I didn't. I made a mistake of not putting cardstock in before it printed, and I'm not about to waste. So this is the photo that's going in my frame. But we got to prep the frame, we got to prep the house, and we got to prep our welcome. Okay, so let's get to it. I'm going to use this smashing attractive thing for my painting. We're going to paint our wood first, and then we'll cover with paper, and then we'll piece everything together. Good afternoon, Miss Denise. Welcome, welcome, my North Dakota friend. Tell me where you guys are coming in from. I know that Denise in North Dakota. She and I worked together for years at the local college. Stephanie is saying, I just got my bingo winning, and she's loving it all. You are very welcome, Miss Stephanie. We played bingo in the club, in the membership club about, well, it was it was late last week, wasn't it, Stephanie? Yeah, because it's only Tuesday. Good gravy. It's only Tuesday. It was late last week we played bingo, and Stephanie was one of the winners of a prize. So off those prizes went the same day we played bingo. So that's always nice when I can get that stuff out the door immediately to you guys. Hey, Kim Fogel. How are you, my friend? Okay, if you got the kit, we're going to leave the paper heart just the way it is. It's got some texture to it. It's a paper heart. Do not remove it with your finger because it may bend. I think you'll have an easier time if you find something flat, even a old credit card or something. Find something flat to stick under there. It's on there with a temporary glue dot, not permanent. And it's just a little piece of, it's double-sided tape. The reason I did that was because I didn't want this little heart, which I think is pretty integral to the project. I didn't want it to get lost. So instead of just putting it in the kit where it might get lost among all the things, it's so little and fragile, I actually taped it onto your house. So I'm going to put that aside for now. We'll grab that onto that later. Don't let me forget. Charlotte's here from North Pole, Alaska. Well, welcome, welcome, my northern friend. I'm in North Dakota, not quite as north as you, but we do get cold weather here too. You guys, I posted some stories today. I went for a walk today. I was able to do that yesterday. I had some major pain, chronic pain. So I was on the couch for a few hours yesterday afternoon. Couldn't do a darn thing. Today, though, I woke up feeling okay. So I said to my husband, I better get my walk in before the pain sets in. So I did. I got a little walk in. It was like a little over a mile. It was really nice. I went pretty darn slow, but I still got some fresh air. But I noticed that the colors are changing already here in North Dakota. There are some leaves on the ground. Can't believe it, but there are. The acorns are falling off the tree. I mean, the signs that the seasons are changing are coming. I get up at 6 most days, 5:30, 6 o'clock. It's darker in the morning than it used to be. So, summer. I'm a summer lover. I love my summer. So although I love fall, it makes me sad to see summer go because it just is such a limiting season. We can't get outside. I cannot stand the winter, the coldness. So I stay in most when I basically hibernate in the winter. So I hate to see the summer go. Hey, Melissa, I see you. Hey, Denise, Parker is here. Welcome, welcome. Debbie says that my son is in Fairbanks in Alaska. I'm glad you guys are making these connections. That makes my heart so happy. Crafty chicks making connections. It's 100 degrees in Louisiana. Do you know it was like 54 yesterday morning? I think it was yesterday morning. It was 54 degrees out here. So I actually thought I'm going to wait a little while until it warms up a little before I go for my walk. And then what happened yesterday, I didn't end up going in the morning, and then I couldn't do it in the afternoon. It just was not going to work. My body was saying, heck to the no, you ain't walking, girl. Okay. Paper's over here. I've got my wood here. We got to get this out. Now, I've already kind of taken this apart. I always use a really strong tool like this to stick under these staples and kind of move them up because it kind of hurts my fingers, wimpy girl that I am. So pop that out of there. And we're going to paint this black. We're going to paint this black. We're going to paint this black. Now, I'm considering white for that. I don't know. You can paint them any color you want. You do not, when you buy these kits, I show you the sample so you can see what we're reaching for. And I follow basically the sample to a T, but you see how the welcome, it's kind of hard to see it. I think I'm going to do my welcome in white. I think. Okay. But you can do it however you want. I'm going to stick with the black and white theme. I'm leaving my diagonal palette board, the oval diagonal. I am going to leave mine so that it's natural wood. Wait, girls, I'm trying to get it so that there. So you can see me in the corner of the screen, but you can also see the project mostly. Okay, so let me move this. Now this is very fragile because you saw it. My E fell off. That was my own fault. I'm the one who bent that. These are very, very fragile kiddos. And actually, let me say, all of them came from my friend Dina, and I'll show you her business card here in a minute. I thought rather than order these from like some bigger store, I ordered them straight through a business buddy so that she was getting some activity. I was being able to support her, and she filled that order. Her and her husband filled that order right away and sent them out to me. So I was thrilled about that. It's really darling, right? It's going to go on the bottom underneath our picture, just like in the sample. When the first one, I picked them all up. I had a bunch of them. I ordered like 20 of them, I think, 15, 20, something like that. And when I picked the first one up, my lack of being graceful kind of bent this one on the end. I just was too rough when I picked it up. And so this was bent. Now you just saw a minute ago, it actually fell off, but listen, it's staying together. And this is the only one that broke. It was the first one that I touched, the only one that broke. All of the others I packed very carefully on cardboard so that they were on a solid back surface. But even though mine is broken, I'm still going to use it because look, it comes together just fine. Don't be we never get discouraged. We just go with it. So those are from Designs by Dina, Dina Ray. She put those together for me. If you go to her site, if you go to her store, if you love wood cutout kits, she sells them. She has a membership group actually for that, a monthly membership group. So go check her out. I'm sure she would love to hear and see from you. We're going black on these, and I don't know, I'm thinking white on that. That's what I'm thinking. This little dish, I'm going to put my black paint in. I did find some black paint, you guys. Remember the other day I was like, I have no black paint. Well, I found this bottle amongst the stash over on the other side of the room. I just have so much paint, you guys. I mean, I can't be the only one, am I? So much on hand, way more than I could ever need or use. Hey, Deb Turner. Hi, Missy, I see you. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, if you stop by, whether you're here from YouTube, well, Denise Parker is coming in from YouTube. You can see the little red YouTube symbol underneath her name on screen. So that's how I know she's coming in from YouTube. StreamYard does do a good job of letting me know if you're coming in from StreamYard or Facebook. But please, just in case I missed that little emblem, give me a hello, a shout out in the comments. It just helps so much for me to know who's here, where you guys are all coming from. If there's anything particular you want to talk about, just go ahead and bring it up in the comments. We love to chit chat over here at the Comfy Nest with Grace. Okay, I loaded a new video today, one that has been unseen on Facebook, loaded into the channel on YouTube. Okay, soft bristles are helpful because they're going to help you move around in those little crevices of the house, the windows, so that you can like really get in there in these crevices and make everything one solid color. You don't want it too stiff of a bristle. Anyway, I did load a new video today. It's about 6 minutes long, you guys. It's not a huge commitment to go over and watch it. And it's that junk journal that I was working on that was a master board. And I used the master board to create the cover for the journal. I'm actually really loving the size. It's 12 by 6. And I asked you guys for some help and some input during that video. So go over and watch it and then comment and let me know what you think I should do. I asked a very specific question. Okay, so super black, you can hardly see the detail when it's far away. We're going to sand that, but I have two options actually. We're going to let that dry. You can either sand it back or you can use some white paint to dry brush on parts of it to get it so that it's not just jet black. I'll show you. See the example? how the trim has that white. It looks white, but I believe they just sanded it back. But you can either use a white brush and add some white detail. A marker would work for that, or you can sand it back. Actually, let's do the marker thing and I'll show you. Let me get my two Posca. I have two. I don't know why. I have two white Posca pens. I think they have different nibs on them, but we'll get to that in a few minutes. Okay, on here, this is all getting covered with paper, but this is not. So I'm going to go around and do the outsides of my frame and the insides. Don't forget right here. Just going to hit it with some paint. A brush will work fine with this. I have a different suggestion for you for the letters. Hey, Deb Turner, how are you? Melissa says, I watched the masterboard video on YouTube. You already watched it. No place to comment. Melissa, you have to be logged in. That's why. You have to log into YouTube with your account before you can comment, because they want folks to claim their comments, right? They want me as the channel owner to know who's commenting. So you have to log in. That, I think, is the most common reason that the comments don't show to someone. So there you have it, girly. That's what I know. Oh, I didn't need to, I didn't need to cover those, but there I did. I get distracted so easily. Oh, I have some Chris Stapleton playing in the background in the kitchen. I hope you guys can't hear it, only because I don't want to get in trouble, you know, with, I was going to use the word Overwatch. The word Overwatch is the word that my kids use for my husband. He's Overwatch in our house. Like, he sees everything, he tells them. So my children know, don't be trying to get away with something, because the Overwatch knows. That's our family joke with my hubby and the kids. All right, I'm just trying to get in all these little crevices. You really don't need to paint that part because it's going to get covered with paper. I don't know why I did. I think I was just getting too focused on the chit-chatty rather than the project. But this is what's nice about these monthly craft kits, you guys. It's really casual. You don't have to belong to a group. You don't have to be a member of anything. If you see one of these monthly craft kits, I do one a month, and you like it, simply order it once I release it in the shop, which is like basically the first couple of days of the month. And then you join me in the middle of the month. I do a public live here on the page, and I kind of show you how I'm creating mine. You don't have to do exactly what I do. You can use it for inspiration. You can change your colors. You can break up the kit and use the pieces however you want. You know, like I said, you don't have to follow me to a T, but they are really fun to do together, and it's very casual. Okay, hang tight. I'm going to put this, I have this little thing of water here. I'm going to put this in the water just so I can hold that brush. Ooh, just got a drop of water on there. And then let me grab, I think I'm going to do my welcome in white, girls, because I really want it to show up. So while that's drying, I'm going to come to the welcome. My E is dismantled. It just came apart, but it's okay. I'm going to still use it. Let me grab some white. And do I want stark white, or do I want, let's use just bright white. I'm going to grab some bright white. Now, for painting these letters, I don't know if you've ever seen anybody do this, but I'm going to give you a tip. It is really hard. Well, these are very fragile, first of all. Like, they're really bendy. See this? That's how I broke this off originally when they first came out of the box. I just was handling it way too tough. I was way too rough on it, and it broke. Let me get an envelope or something. Hold on, girls. I know that's hard for you to see, so I'm going to grab, you know what, I can use this piece of paper, and I'm going to put this on there so you can see it a little better. Okay, these are very fragile, number one, and number two, they're really difficult to get your paintbrush in between all the edges. Excuse me, I have a visitor. What's up, kid?
My Stellara came in the mail. Am I supposed to put it in the fridge?
I don't know. Read the packaging. Go. It's the first one, so I'll have to read it myself. Good morning.
Okay, I'll just leave it then.
Leave it on the counter. Yep. Sounds good. Thank you. Okay, so a roller. I bought a set of 3 of these years ago. They came in 3 different sizes on Amazon, and you just remove this middle like plastic piece that holds it onto the handle, And I wash this. You can see I've used it over and over and over again over the years. Whenever I have something intricate to paint, it is just so much easier if you have one of these little rollers. They're not very committal. Like, it's not like a paint roller that you would use in a room because they're not that big. They don't hold that much paint, so you're not wasting a lot of paint, and it's just enough. So I'm gonna wet the roller here. It's just a tiny little project, and I just need to get that welcome done, right? So it just makes it so easy, you guys, to get that paint on those letters with little effort. Oh, it would help if I attached this properly. It hit me on my shirt. Let me see how much damage I did. Ugh, good gravy grease. Good thing my shirt's white, basically. All right, attach it properly, and then look. You just hold that and run that over there. Now, my paint is rather wet, which is okay because I don't have to press really hard. It's giving it a little bit of almost like a stucco texture to it, which I'm totally fine with. It's going to help it stick out a little more. Do you see how easy? Easy, breezy, lemon squeezy. Where's my E? My broken E. Oh boy. I'm going to get her covered up too. Whenever I have to hold something down and I'm painting, I have one X-Acto knife that is just a mess because I use it to hold things down. But you could use anything. Let's just see. Let's grab something. Anything sharp. Like, look, here are these little tweezers. Just put the tweezers, because it's small. It's not going to leave any mark at all. You put that down on there to hold it. A little tip for you. Okay, we're gonna let this dry. It's completely painted. I think I'll just add a little more paint right there. Okay, we're done with that. We won't need it again. We're gonna put it aside. Hey Carol, how are you, my friend? Thanks for being here. Oh, Melissa, I'm so glad you loved it. The masterboard. Hey, Tamara. Hello, everybody. Okay, let's put this aside. This may be dry. So remember I said you could sand back the edges to get the detail to show up. You could use a paintbrush and some white paint and just dry brush. You could also use a marker. I don't know if you've ever done it that way before. I think this one probably has. Let's check the tips. They're the same. One's bigger than the other, but they're the same. You could also use a marker to just, what I'm doing is I'm going to hit the edges. See that? You can make them super perfect, or you can make them more rustic and not so perfect, like not everything is done, right? It's totally up to you. But in order to get this to pop, otherwise it's really black and it's not going to show up so well on your project. So see all my little windows and doors? I want them to show up, right? So you take a little bit of white any way you can, or sand it back down to the natural wood, okay? And just hit it with a little bit of. Now, I kind of prefer it not to be uber perfect, if you know what I mean. I kind of like it to be more like, look like I sanded it back, more rustic. Now, this has actually 2 layers to it. There's the back piece of the house, and then there's another house sitting on top of it that gives us the cutouts of the doors and windows. So if you wanted to, you could highlight the outside edge too. Now, and I'm just hitting it with I'm not even hitting it with the tip. I'm just putting the side of that marker on that edge and running it really lightly along there. So it's just giving it that detail that we're looking for. So you can accomplish that however you want. You can put whatever details you want. We're going to put our little heart on here too, don't forget. All right, I think that I feel pretty good. Well, did I miss this side? Whoa, that was more aggressive than I wanted. This is a paint pen. You can see that I was able to rub that in without any trouble. I don't want to miss these little corners. these rounded corners. See, this is rounded, that's squared off, which is kind of cute. I know it's such a minute detail to notice, but I do. Okay, here's where our heart comes in. The heart is going to go in here somewhere, however you want. My tape is still working on it. Very cute, right? Now this, we're going to cover this with paper, okay? So we're going to use this black paper. Now, this is the photo that's going in here. My hubbies and my kids. I'm just going to stick this in here as my inspiration. It's cute, right? I love the red and the gray. Okay. All right, let's get this covered up. So I'm going to measure, which I almost never do. You guys know me well enough to know I almost never measure. Coffee break. Okay. Let's see. This is 7/8. Girls, 7/8 wide. And then you're just going to go the length, which is about 5 3/8. That's not how, I mean, I don't normally do that, girls. I normally do this. I normally take my paper. This is the piece of paper that you guys got in the kit. It's absolutely wide enough, 6 inches, for you to get the piece that you need, and just cut 4 strips, and then you should have a really big chunk actually to use on something else. And this is how I normally do it. I don't measure because I don't want to know about 5/8, 3/8. I just need to know that it's that wide. You know, obviously on your cutter, it's going to give you those measurements if it's helpful to you to use your, I just don't like doing it. Mine actually has all these fantastic markings on it. This is 7/8 now. This one's 7/8. Okay, so I need 4 of these for sure because they're all the same width. So 1, 2, and if it's a little bit short, no worries because you've just painted the thing black. And if it's a little bit long, no worries because you can sand it back, right? You can sand it off if it's a little bit too long. So either way, you can make this work for you. So see, I only need 4 of these panels. That's going to give you this whole extra piece to use for some other project someday. So just put that aside. And then I have my 4 strips that are 7/8 of an inch wide. Okay, just making some room. Now, these are going to go here. They only need to be this long though. I need to cut some off, right? I need to cut off 3/8. No, yeah, 3/8. So let's do the first one and then we'll take a peek and see if we did it right. There should be 3/8. Oh, no, I moved the paper. It's because it's on the roly-poly thing. All right, there's 3/8. Does it fit perfectly? Nope. Did I measure right? We're gonna do 1 more 1/8 and see, because I think, whoa. All right, girls. I'm gonna have to do it with a scissor. And again, you know, you got this black and white paper in your kit, but you don't have to use the black and white paper. Use whatever color scheme you want and save that paper for something else. It's really thin, so to get it through your cutter, your blade has to be really sharp. And look, mine clearly is not because it keeps ripping at my paper. I will say this cutter, the blade does not last very long, which it is what it is, right? There's nothing we can do about it. I'm going to trim because it's just kind of stuck up. Now, this goes edge to edge, so this we're going to be pretty forgiving if this is not perfectly the right size. You know what I'm going to do with the next 2? I'm going to do them both at the same time. save myself the extra work. And I'm going to use this as my template because that one is the right size. What's everybody working on today? You got anything creative going on in your life? What creative projects? There's tonight there's an Arts in the Park concert, which I just learned about. It's every Tuesday, but I need the reminder. And all summer long, these Arts in the Park project performances happen in our public park here in Devil's Lake, which is fabulous. And I've had meetings every single Tuesday night for like the last 8 weeks. I have one tonight, so I just can't do it, which is a complete bummer to me because I would thoroughly enjoy that. Okay. But if you're in Devil's Lake or in the Devil's Lake area, go to Roosevelt Park for this Arts in the Park. And what I understand, this is the second to last one. Bummer. That means summer really is coming to a close. So this is what we're going for. Okay. Now that this is done, you just got to glue that down. Glue it however you want. You can use, I just went to Walmart this morning. I had needed a glue gun for something, for a particular project. And I saw somebody using this recently. Does anybody use this? I saw somebody using it recently and I'm like, man, I've had so much trouble with my Fabri-Tac lately. It's a really old bottle. It's probably my own fault, but I have been having trouble with it. So I thought I'm going to try out this Elmer's glue and see what we get. And I actually want to position these, you guys, with some forethought. I think, let me just try something out. I want to layer them. So they're kind of like so that they're layered the same, like either expose the two side pieces on the top or the two side pieces on the bottom. I mean, you just got to make a decision. So what I think I'm going to do is apply the top and bottom one first, and then I'll go to the sides. And when I say top or bottom, for what you can see, it's the top and bottom. All right, this flows really easy, I will say, compared to my really old Fabrifix that has been giving me so much trouble. All right, that was slick as snot. And actually, look at, see, it's still movable. So that, if that is I love a glue that I have some wiggle room for making adjustments if I put it on wrong. And so clearly this one gives you that. You love the cutter and the scoring board. Carol, I love that cutter and scoring board too. And I did get it from Amazon. It is a We Are Memory Keepers, and it has that ergonomic handle for the blade. You can find it. I'm pretty sure scrapbook.com has it, but it's in my Amazon store too. Just FYI, if you're trying to figure out where it came from. Carol is working on a tag today. She needs to get finished and mailed out to her swap partner. Yay! We're loving the swaps. So speaking of swaps, my artist trading card loving friends, give me a shout out if you're in the ATC Mystery Box subscription group. There are some things happening with that group right now that you should know. We will be trading cards. That's what made me think of it, Carol. We'll be trading cards in the membership group with the members of that box. It's a subscription box you get to your door every month. I am one of 4 artists helping to curate that box. It's not just me. It's me and 3 other people. We have, is that just a little bit too big right there? It's me and 3 other people. So if you're wondering about this mystery box and what it's all about, first of all, we have an event coming up on Saturday that you can come check out. And the event on Saturday, there are 10 artists. So we invited 6 other artists to join us. And it's a mystery event. So what that means is we are sending each other, we each have sent each other a supply of things to use on Saturday. Mine came yesterday. Teresa from Decoupage Queen sent me mine yesterday. Well, it came in the mail yesterday. So this is my package, mystery package of supplies to use during the event. The event runs from 9 a.m. until 4:45. So come check it out on Saturday. You can find it on my page. You can find it in Shell Bell's Creation. That's where the actual event is going to live. That's the name of the group, Shell Bell's Creations. No, excuse me. It's Creative Sanctuary. I'm actually going to grab you guys the link. That would be the smart thing to do. That way you know exactly where to go and you have the name exactly the way it's supposed to be said. I'm going to grab that link for you guys. Shell Bell's Creative Sanctuary. Okay. I knew I had the name incorrect, and I didn't want to mess it up. So here we go. I'm going to put it in the comments. So on Saturday, all day long in this group that I just dropped in the comments, that's where the mystery box event will happen with me, the 3 curators of the subscription box. I'll tell you who they are in a second. And with the 6 other creative artists that we invited to do this event with us. Okay, does that make sense? If it doesn't make sense, you ask your questions. Just go ahead and ask them because I will help you to totally understand what's going on. Okay, Lisa Boone Designs. She's one of the 3 other curators. So there are 4 of us. It's Lisa and me, Amanda Dorier from Simply Flamazing Art, and then My Shell Bell Creations. So Michelle from My Shell Bell Creations. So the 4 of us are curating the box, and every month, one of us takes a turn, and we're going to send you some goodies in the mail if you're a member of that. It's a monthly subscription, and you can cancel anytime. But we've got our first group of people in there. We're going to go live in that group separately from the public page, just for members. We're going to open the monthly box that the girls just got in the mail. So the first month, the box has already been sent. The girls are getting their box now. I got mine yesterday. And then we're going to go live in that group and create from the set of supplies that everybody got in the mail, which is so fun. So everybody can open their kits alongside us and create alongside us if they want. And of course, you can use your supplies that you get in the mail however you want. You can use them to copy and mimic the things that we create, or you can just go on your own path and create whatever you desire. You can use all of the supplies that you got in the mail. You can use some of the supplies that you got in the mail and save the rest for something else. It's totally up to you. But we will be doing a swap in that group. That's how that all came up. Carol was talking about a tag swap. And swaps can be really fun when you're creative and you have somebody to share it with. I absolutely love that. So if you think you would enjoy it, look at how cute that is, you guys. Those 2 together. Loving that. Okay, that's ready to go. My welcome is drying still because I put it on pretty thick. So I'm going to let that sit there for a minute, but I do need to prep the frame. So let's get to this now. The frame, the back of the frame has this, it looks like a little a man's tie actually. So I saved these because that could be used in a mixed media project. Because it looks just like a man's tie. But just wiggle this off. Now, if your fingers, like me, if you got weak fingers, don't be afraid to use a tool to do this. I think I have my pliers right handy. Let me grab them. I actually put them away this time. So what I do is just grab something that will allow you, these are needle nose pliers, to just pull that off. It's literally just stapled on there. So it's not glued. It's not hard to get off. But you'll want to take that off so that you have less bulk when you put this against the big palette. Okay, this is my photo. Here's my glass that I cleaned just a little while ago. So you will have to clean the glass. I mean, think about how many people have handled that frame in the manufacturing process and then to get it to you in the mail. So it probably has some fingerprints and smudges on it. So go ahead and make sure you clean it before you throw your photo in there, because you want it to, you really want to showcase it well. Okay, so we're going to put this in here and drop these down. Now, I don't remember who said it, but when this kit came out, somebody said, well, can we use Velcro or something to affix this to the board so that we can change out the photo? And I think it's a great idea. We've done that in the past here at the Comfy Nest with Grace, and I love the idea. So if you want this to be permanent, then really make it permanent and just glue it down. But if you want to interchange the picture, You could use a temporary adhesive to get this onto your board. So, and that's what I'm going to try today because I love that suggestion. Okay, so far, love the glue. It's really thin, really easy to work with. All right, I got to grab my board. Hang tight, I'm rolling away. There's my board. Now, I am not doing anything to my board. I'm leaving it completely plain. You could stain this if you wanted to. You could paint it. You could dry brush it if you wanted to. I really do like the look of it natural. So I'm going to leave mine natural. And there are 3 things we've got to glue down. We've got our welcome. I'll do that in a minute. We've got the little house that is going to get glued to this corner of the frame. So now my Ganon's sitting there in the corner and I don't want him to get covered up. So I'm going to drop mine down a little bit. So it sits like this. Okay. You can do yours however you want, but I am going to actually glue that on with some real glue because I don't want that to move. I don't want it to like come apart. So let me find the glue I want to use. Do I have tacky glue anymore? Because that's the best. If I don't, I do have Gorilla Glue that's wood glue. Let's see if we can get it to come out of the bottle. That's Elmer's glue. Someone's asking what brand is that glue? I got it at Walmart today. In the like student section, they're selling all the good gravy girls. The back to school supplies are out. They've been out for a while, probably. I just can't take it. I do not want summer to go away. All right, let's see. I have the hardest time with my glues, girls. They just don't want to stay like so that I can get them out of the bottle. And I think, honestly, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I'm pretty sure it's because I just have too many glues. And what I mean by that is I have several bottles of Carpenter wood glue. I have several bottles of paper glue. I have several bottles of like general craft glue because I love to try product. But what happens is I literally cannot use, even though I create daily, I can't use all that glue up in the time before it all dries out. So I think what has happened is a lot of my glues they're not surviving because I just have too many glues. I can't use them all up fast enough, which is a real shame. Hey, Patty, you're here with us live. I'm so glad you're here. The ATC subscription group, it's $37 a month, and that includes your shipping. It includes the lives. It includes the swap, like all the benefits of being a member. All right, what I'm going to try to do here, since I can't get that out of there, is I'm just going to use my little glue brush. And I'm going to grab some of that glue from the bottle because I can't get it to come out the other way. And this is wood glue, so this will work really well. Okay, I want it to go like right there. So I need glue up to here. And the nice thing about using a paper with lines is I can use, if I'm holding this like this, I'm eyeballing that line right there. I want my glue below that. And then I want my glue to the left of that line. Then I know I can slobber up the glue on this corner. No matter what, somebody sounds very sick. Someone's coughing like crazy in my living room. One of the boys. They're both fighting off a little a summer cold. Someone sounds worse off today. Okay. I really slobbered that up with some wood glue. I know that I'm not going to take this off. This is going to sit here and it's going to be part of the design, even if I change out the photo as many times as I want. So I'm going to stick that down. We're going to let that sit for a minute. I have a smudge on my photo already. I got a smudge right there. Okay, we want this to just stick. So I'm going to stick that like that and just give it a minute. You love Lisa, Missy. Isn't she a sweet love? She's so talented. She's a furniture painter, mixed media artist. She has a shop. She actually has a physical shop, which is fabulous. So does Michelle. Amanda. Does Amanda have a shop? I'm just getting to know these girls myself. So we are discovering them and their businesses together, which has been it's been a blessing to be included, and it's been an honor to get to know them. Really, truly. They are some really smart, inspiring ladies to work with. Okay. This little guy, I don't really need to glue these together. I just need them to be together when this is on the board, okay? Now we're waiting for this to dry so that I can place this. Now, the other thing is make sure, hang tight girls, we wanna make sure we've got the up. This is the top, right? Because it has a nice little hanger on it, so don't lose track of your top for your project. We wanna make sure that we have our hanger. Okay, this I'm gonna center. You know, it's a little wonky because this is sticking out the side, so it really makes it this wide, not this wide. So I'm not going to center it to this because then this would be way over to the left. I need to center it like this. How cute is that? And then this is going to get glued down. I'm so glad I did that in white. In the sample, it was done with black. I'll show you again. I like the white because it really pops. You do you, girl. Like you do you, right? We're going to glue this down as well. I'm just giving this a minute to stay there. I think this is positioning is good. So really what I need to do is I need to flip this. I'm going to work with the welcome first since my E popped off. Let's get the welcome down and then I'll add the E to it at the end. Now, what glue do I want to use? I think since I have my wood glue out and it's on a paint brush, I'm just going to dab this all over the back of my welcome. Dab it, brush it, whatever you want to do. Kind of stippling it on there as opposed to brushing it, because the brushing, you'll probably have some beads of glue in between the letters, which you don't want. We're trying to avoid that. I've got a ton of glue on here. I'm just got to get it on the tip of the bristles. So I really do focus heavily on the widest parts of the letters and then just put a little, just the littlest bit on the skinny parts because they're really hard to glue down. If you have like a glue that you have really fine tip, you could use that too, like your art glitter glue. I just happen to have this out, so why not use it? Okay. How I want it. Yes, that's how I want it. So we're going to stick that down. And then let's get this one down. My poor little E that fell off. It was my own. It was a user error, girls. I just was too rough with it. I was too rough and tumble with my letters. That first time I grabbed it out of the box and I was like, man, that thing is fragile. Okay, that's all done. I'm going to take a dry brush, one that has nothing on it. And I'm going to come around and just smooth out that glue that oozed out the letters so that it doesn't dry like a clump of glue, if you know what I mean. We're just going to smooth it out a little bit. I'm not trying to get rid of it. I'm just trying to smooth it out. The Gorilla Glue will dry clear. Okay, so that's in place. We're going to let that dry. Now, it is very helpful. If you put something down like that, take like a piece of wax paper, something that's non-stick, piece of wax paper with the shiny side down on your letters to put this down, and then put something heavy on your letters so that the idea is to get all of those letters to stick down on your surface really well while the glue dries. Okay, that's why people do that. FYI, just so you know. Okay, this guy is probably doing pretty good. We got to get the Velcro is the next step. Okay. I'm going to shove this over for a minute and show you. Now, I have always, whenever I've done this, I have always used 3M Velcro, the stuff that you stick things to the wall with. It works so well. I love using it on photos and things like that. But it's really heavy. It's really thick. It's actually quite thick. And I wanted something a little more narrow. Now, I have never used these before. Where are they? But I got these at the Dollar Tree. Has anybody ever used these? They're little Velcro dots that you can use on your project. So I think this is what I'm going to use. On the back of my frame so that I can pull the frame on and off at will and change out the photo if you want. Can we subscribe from your shop? No, Denise, actually, there's a different link for the ATC membership. Let me grab it for you. because it doesn't live in my shop. It lives somewhere else. We have a special domain name just for that box. It's atcmysterybox.com. That's where you want to go. And I just put that in the, I'm going to pin that too so you guys can find it really easy. I just put it in the description. So Denise, thank you for asking. There is the link, atcmysterybox.com. And then if you put /sign up, that'll get you right to the sign up page. If you want to try it, we would love to have you. We would love to have you. We are doing, the box is open until Saturday. So through Saturday, we have the event on Saturday with the 10 creatives. We're all doing our own little mystery swap of supplies just in honor of the box. But that's the last day that you can sign up. So you have a few more days to sign up. And we do sell out, meaning we have limited number of kits that we'll have available. So we try to limit it so that it's small and manageable for us to fulfill the boxes. So make sure you just get in there and get signed up. Thanks for asking, Miss Denise. Okay, let's get back to our project. How do we do this, Grace? This button. Yes, should do it. Okay, we're letting this sit. My goal there was just to show you. I'm not worried about this coming undone, but I just wanted to show you if you have something that's really thin and skinny and you're trying to make sure that it really sticks to the surface, if the surface has any, if you know, the thing that welcome, it's bendable, and we want to make sure that it's sitting completely flat on that surface. So that's why we put a non-stick thing, something heavy on top that'll really make sure that your letters stick well. This is probably still drying here a bit, but I think we can still go ahead, turn it around, and we're going to get these stuck on. I've never used these before. I don't know. I mean, it appears to be very sticky, but I'm not going to chance it. I'm not going to assume that this works really, really well. I'm going to maybe add some Elmer's glue or something to it. Just a little dab of glue to make sure that it's really going to stay in place. Okay. Double gluing when you really want to make sure, double gluing isn't a bad idea. So let's grab some of these, put a little dab of glue on the back, and away we go. Putting them on the four corners. I think that should be sufficient. But again, I haven't used these before. I always use the 3M ones. I suppose we could do 4 more. Like we plan on doing the 4 corners, but you could do 1, 2, 3, 4 and do the middle of each row as well, if you wanted. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to do the 4. You're actually going to need 8 of these. Okay. When you're doing your planning, you need 2 for each spot. So we have these in place, and then you find, so these ones, the 3M ones, they stick to each other no matter what. There's no positive and negative side. This one has a scratchy side and a fuzzy side. So you need to make sure this is a scratchy side, that you take a fuzzy one and we're going to put it down. This is how we're going to know that they're going to match up exactly where they need to. We got to get this to stick into its opposite side. Now, it might be easier for you to keep it on its plastic. Here's this one's a scratchy. So we're going to put this down, really push it into itself, and then peel it back. You may need something to make sure that it stays, because that sticky is pretty darn sticky. All right, there we go. I'm going to push this one down a little stronger. Okay, now this one's fuzzy. I need the scratchy side. Anybody a fan of these Dollar Tree ones? I haven't used them before, so this is a little bit of an experiment so that we can switch out the photo when we want to. And really, my Elmer's glue, my Elmer's glue is going to take a couple hours to dry. We know that for sure. I just pulled it off. So you can't really, honestly, you can't really rush this. What glue did I use? Glue. It's right here. Put a little dot of that. It's going to be wet for a while. So while we're live, I can't get this Velcro onto the board, but we have Elmer's glue in between the board and the sticky Velcro. And then we stuck the other side of the sticky Velcro on top. Got it. We just need to give that time to dry. Now they're in place, both the positive and negative side, they're in place where they need to be. So when the time comes, what I'm going to do, once this is dry, hold on, let me make some space here so I can show you. You guys, cleanup crew, this little doodad is going to go in here with the rest of my paintbrushes because that'll get washed just like my paintbrushes for later. Okay, making room. That's what we're doing here. We're making room. Getting some stuff out of the way so I can showcase easily and so you can see what I'm doing. You're welcome, Denise. Okay, put all this stuff aside. We'll clean it up later. Now we have our sweet little project here, August craft kit number 5. That's funny that it's right there. It's like a little title. Okay, this is going to be Velcroed down here. Gorgeous, right? So that I can pull this up in the future and change out the photo. My glue is still wet. This is going to take a while to dry on the back of this frame. When I'm ready to do that, I'm going to put additional dabs of glue on that so it has 2 adhesives and then stick it down where you want on your project. So that's how that's going to work when you're ready. What do you think? Isn't that cute? I actually feel like looking at this, I want this to have more white. It just, from far away, you can't see all of those details that I love so much. I'm going to grab a block and hope. Yeah, this block is high enough to protect my Velcro. Okay, I'm going to actually do a little bit more on there because I just don't feel like you can see that well enough. So I need it to be a little more dramatic. So what your eye sees when it's really close, you see lots of white. But from far away, you can't really see it so well. So I'm going to come in with my paint marker again, and we're going to make these lines a little more bold. I don't have to do all of them, but it would be nice to do some of them. Oh my gosh, it's cute. The little house. I love it. I'm a huge fan of black and white. It's all over my house. So that's actually the reason I didn't pick a black and white photo for inside the frame, because I have so much black and white in my house. So I thought I better go with something a little more colorful for their photo so it stands out a little more. All right, we're just touching on the edges of these things to get them to show up a little bit more. I want these lines to be a little more bold. All right, that's a little better. Maybe down here, a little help. Again, you could use a brush with just regular paint to do that. But I thought I'd show you, you can also do it with a marker. I actually really like that window. It's really obvious. So I'm going to go ahead and make this one more obvious. Yeah, because you can see it better. Make it as bold or as soft as you want. Like I always say, you do you, girl, you do you. Oh my goodness, so much better. I always, and I do, I start off light and then I tend to add more later based on, you know, does it need another hit with some color? Because I am You can't take it away once it's on there. I guess what you could do if you have like a flub up or something, just go back with your black paint and cover up the white if you've messed something up. But I am really, actually, the more I put on, the more I like it. Isn't that better? You see that better from where you're sitting? You're loving it, Melissa? Isn't it cute? So easy to put together too. So yesterday I felt so bad, you guys. I wanted to go for a walk in the morning and I didn't end up doing it. Got caught up with work stuff and was just focused. And then in the afternoon, Gannon said, Mom, when you're done working, you want to go for a walk with me? And I thought, how nice. Absolutely. So we were all ready to go for a walk and we had to wait to talk to Landon about something. So we did that. And then he's like, okay, let's go. But by the time I got outside, got my little shoes on and I was ready to walk, I couldn't even move. I was in so much pain. So I ended up on the couch for a little while. So he let me take a 2-hour nap on the couch. I literally had to get some sleep. And then we tried again later. He's like, are you ready now? So I said, you walk. There's a local park at the resort that he really likes to go to. So I said, you walk over to the park and I will drive over. I couldn't walk, guys. Could not walk. I said, I'll drive over and meet you there. So that's what we did. And then we hung out at the park for a little while before we ate supper. Man alive. Chronic pain is no joke. That shows up so much better. Girls, right? Bolder is better in this instance for me with this black house. I'm really liking the bold. It does show up better, right, Melissa? I'm with you. Yeah, Cindy, you are right, girl. You are right. So when I'm going to show it to you, I'm going to hold it up closer to you so that you can see it close up, because I like a really light distressing normally, but this just isn't showing up when you're holding it far away. Now think about it. If this is hanging, I want to hang this by the door, the front door of our house. And when you come into the front door of the house, you're looking at this from across the room. You're probably not going to see those lines unless you're right on top of it. So we're going bold, girls. We're going bold. Okay. It looks so bold there, right? It looks so bold. But from far away, it looks so much better. Yep, absolutely. So I got my little block under there holding up my frame because I got to let those little Velcro pieces dry before I glue them down to the board for permanency. But it actually helps because you can see how it's going to look when it's done. You get a real good view. A knob for the door. Carol, I don't usually do that. You could just use your white and just put a knob on there. You could use a little piece of bling if you had it. I don't usually do it. I just keep it really primitive and I don't really think about it, to be honest with you. But yeah, with your kit, Carol, if you're one of the folks that ordered one with your kit, you do it. And I would love it for anybody who gets this kit. I would love when you do it if you could share a photo of your kit with the rest of the community in the Crafty Chicks Club, the free craft community, the Crafty Chicks Club. Or if you're a member of the paid membership, the private membership, you can share it in there. I'm giving you a link to the kits. There's only 2 of these left. So if you want to grab one, go for it. Grab one. Have fun, you guys, creating today. I hope you give yourself the gift of some time to create, even if it's just for a few minutes. Even if you only say you have this kit on hand, and if all you get to today is painting your house black or cutting and putting your paper down, if you have 15 minutes of time between watching the grandkids and having to go pick up groceries or whatever it is your busy life is holding you to, then give yourself the 15 minutes and just do 15 minutes a day to get it done. It'll just bring such joy to your heart to have a little project like that for yourself. You can gift it away if you want to give it to somebody. This would make a great little like a little wedding or bridal shower gift. How cute would that be for their new home, their new apartment, wherever they end up being, the happy couple? That would be really sweet to make it for them, and then they can insert whatever photo they want in there. I'm so glad you loved it. All right, girls, I got a meeting. The ATC administrators, I'll just call it the collaborators for the ATC box. We're meeting right now. We got some more things to make sure that we're getting everything in line and everything in the place it needs to be for both members and incoming members, new members. If you want to join, that membership is open through Saturday. We have the event all day on Saturday in Michelle's free craft community. So make sure you join that. That's the Creative Sanctuary, Shell Bell's Creative Sanctuary. Lots of fun stuff coming up. I hope you guys have a beautiful, blessed day. Thanks for being here with me. Bye.